A goalless draw at Stamford Bridge. Tottenham are back, sitting top of the Premier League. Chelsea 0, Spurs 0. Welcome back to another video. I hope you're all keeping safe and well. It is game day. Chelsea v Tottenham Hotspur, the London derby today. A huge game for both clubs. The winners of this afternoon's game will go top of the Premier League. So far this season, Tottenham have won all 4 away games in the Premier League, beating Southampton 5-2, beating Manchester United 6-1 and grinding 1-0 results out against both Burnley and West Bromwich Albion. We have played 9 in the Premier League so far. We have won 6, drawn 2 and lost 1. Have a goal difference of plus 12. Have the best defensive record in the Premier League so far. We have 20 points. Chelsea have also had a great start to this 2020-2021 Premier League season. They have played 9. They have won 5. They've drawn 3. They have lost 1. They've got a goal difference of plus 12. They have 18 points. They are unbeaten in their last 13 competitive games. I spoke to Spurs fan Lee earlier. He runs the YouTube channel Lee the Dorset Spurs, so do check that out on YouTube. Here are his thoughts ahead of today's game. Now, Lee, Chelsea away today. When you hear that fixture, Chelsea v Tottenham Hotspur, how do you feel as a Spurs fan, and how do you see today's game going?
Yeah, big game, exciting game. It's bigger now than it used to be, obviously, because Chelsea are a bigger club than they used to be. So, yeah, really excited about it, especially as both teams are now emerging and kind of challenging a little bit more. So, yeah, you know, for me, I think it's a big game. It's one that we want to win, obviously, get some bragging rights. Terrible record over at Stamford Bridge as well. So we really want to turn this on and keep this amazing run that we're on going. Yeah, absolutely. Really buzzing for it.
You mentioned that, Lee. Tottenham won at Stamford Bridge back in 1990. Gary Lineker scored. The only time since then in the last 30 years was 2 years ago. Dele Alli got a brace. Christian Eriksen got one. Why is it that we've really struggled at Stamford Bridge in the last 30 years? What is it?
I've got no idea. It's just one of those funny things about football, isn't it? Lots of clubs have a hoodoo club that they always seem to have a problem with, and for us, it's just been them, and it's just unexplainable. No one really knows. Could be a bit of pressure, could be expectation, could be, you know, I don't know. It could be the intimidation of the fans, which obviously won't be there today. I don't know. It's a strange one. You know, sometimes the players get themselves too up for a game, and that can sometimes spoil the party as well. So I don't know. It's a strange one, isn't it? I mean, you ask Burnley fans about Man City, and they'll probably say the same thing, won't they? So I don't know.
Lee, do you see Tottenham and Chelsea both as title contenders? And are you surprised to see Tottenham up there? You know, we've spent 7 days at the top of the Premier League so far this season, and that is the longest spell. You know, in the last 10 years, we haven't even spent 7 days in the last 10 years up there.
Yeah, am I surprised? Yeah, I am. You know, am I expecting us to stay there? I don't know. I've been in it for far too long. I've been watching Spurs for far too long to ever believe that things are going to go smooth and you know, we're going to get there. But am I hopeful? Of course I am. And do I think that we've got a chance? Yeah, of course we have. You know, with Liverpool having the problems that they're having just had a great game against City, you're kind of looking at it, you're thinking, well, you know, everyone's there to be beaten. You know, what you want is results going your way, other teams having some of the issues that we've had. If you can keep your squad fit and all the rest of it, then you've got a great chance. You know, there won't be a better chance, you know, maybe, but we'll just have to see. I mean, if you look at Liverpool last year, they just smashed it every time. This year, they've got their injury problems and so on. Things don't always go your way. Opens the door for someone else. So, you know, I'll always keep my finger crossed and hope and pray that we have a great season this season.
Lee, Jose Mourinho said that Toby Alderweireld's out between 2 and 4 weeks. Who do you expect to be partnering Eric Dyer today? Japhet Tanganga, Joe Rodon, or indeed Davinson Sanchez?
Well, for me, I would expect him to go with Sanchez because he's the recognised or one of the recognised centre-backs that he's generally gone with. But you just don't know with Jose, and I guess a lot depends on how the training's gone and all the rest of it. For me personally, I'd love to see Jaffet come in. I love that kid. I think he's brilliant. I think he's a credit to his family and a credit to the club. I really like him. I think he's a good player and one for the future. And I think, he's got enough about him. There's not a lot in ages between him and Sanchez and stuff like that. So you can't say, oh, he's a bit young or anything like that. So for me, I would like to see Jaffet come in. But personally, I think he'll probably go with Sanchez as tried and trusted, I guess.
Lee, what have you made of Tottenham's season so far? Because, of course, we're doing very well in the Europa League. As I just said, we've sat top of the Premier League. We're currently second. We're in the quarterfinals of the League Cup. What have you made of Tottenham's season so far? Are you surprised on how well we've done?
No, I don't think I'm surprised as such. I mean, it's still a long way to go, obviously. But I do think the Jose Mourinho effect has an effect. I think it has an effect not only on your club, I think it has an effect on others as well. I think they see a Jose Mourinho team coming out and then they start thinking, well, he's the special one and he can do this and he can do that. And I think that plays into people's minds and stuff. I do think he's changed a lot in terms of the attitude of our players and that. I think they got a little bit more belief about them and stuff like that. I don't think there's any pressure on us. I think the players are probably thinking there's no pressure on us really. Yeah, no one's expecting us to do anything. So if we do something, then that's more the sweeter, So I'm not surprised because I think Mourinho will bring something to it. I do see us getting some silverware this year. I think that's on the cards because he has this knack of just producing it, doesn't he? And you've just got to hang on to those coattails and see where it takes you.
Lee, for a fan like yourself who have watched Tottenham for many years, as you've said, how do you feel as a Spurs fan when opposition teams have got 60, 70%? Tottenham sit back a lot of the game, play counter-attacking football. What do you make of the style? Because a lot of the pundits are criticising Tottenham. Some of the Tottenham fans are even criticising our style of play. What do you make of it?
I guess the difficulty is you can't have it always, can you? The game has moved on so much and there is so many good teams out there that you've got to match your play to what you can do to win the game, right? So would I love to see free-flowing, fast-attacking football? Yeah, of course. That's why I love Tottenham. That's what I've always loved about them. But then do I want to see them getting trounced every week? No. Do I want to see us winning silverware? Yeah, of course I do. And if that means we have to play a game like the City game, which was painful to watch at times, but actually at the end of it, you come away with 3 points and you think to yourself, well, it was worth it for the 3 points, because that keeps the pressure on. There'll be games when we will play free-flowing football. There will be games when we score some great goals. Absolutely. But if you have to take the odd, ground-out result, then you have to. That's one of the tests of a really top team is to not play great, but still get the 3 points. And it was one of the really annoying things about them down the road that they always did that. They always managed to get the result in the end. So, I'll take it.
Lee, of course, after today's game, very difficult game against Chelsea. Tottenham have a very, very busy December. 9 games in December, 6 in the league, 2 in the Europa League and 1 in the League Cup. We've got Lask away, Arsenal at home, Antwerp at home, Crystal Palace away, Liverpool away, Leicester at home, Stoke away in the League Cup, Wolves away and then Fulham at home. How do you see the month of December going for Tottenham? And surely after the month of December, we will know exactly where we are and what we're actually aiming for.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think, this season has been jam-packed all the way through. But if you want to win trophies, you've got to be in every competition and you've got to put out the side. I think we've got a squad that's big enough now. I think we've got enough quality of depth in the squad, and I think that's what's making a difference. If you see Vinicius on Thursday, although I didn't get to watch the whole game, I did watch the highlights. To be able to score a couple of goals, you still got Dele who's in and out, a favour and stuff coming in. And, for me, I just look at that squad and I think there's real depth in there. And, I just think, like you say, after December, we'll know where we are. If we get beat today, if we get, a couple of poor results and stuff, depending on where they fall, will be determining what we're aiming for next. But you've just got to take the good games and just take it for what it is, see where you are afterwards, and just keep just keep hoping that the next game will be as good or better or whatever to take us forward. I think, it's what we all dream about, isn't it? Get into finals, get into the top of the league, and staying there. That's what it's all about.
Steve, do you think the likes of Dele Alli would be on the bench today after his performance on Thursday?
I can't second guess him, to be honest with you. There's obviously something going on in terms of whether it's his training or whatever. But I think he's staked a claim. He's shown that he's still a player who can do something for the team. And I wouldn't want to give up on Dele. I'd hate to see Dele go somewhere else and really turn into a superstar. Really start getting great results and stuff. I'd love to see him do it for us. I'm one of these. I always love a tryer. I always love someone who really puts the effort in, and I'd like to see him do that. But Jose's his own man. He knows. Sometimes you have to give people a bit of tough love. And maybe this is what he's doing to Dele, and if it works out, great. If it doesn't, then the only loser is going to be Dele, to be fair.
Lee, we know that today's test is going to be very difficult. Chelsea are unbeaten in their last 13 competitive games. We know Tottenham's record away at Stamford Bridge. Jose hasn't won there in the last few times that he's visited. How do you see today's game going, and what's your score prediction?
Again, I think it's going to be a really tough game. As much as it pains me to say it, Chelsea are a decent side. They've got some good players there. It's not going to be a walk in the park, and I think it'll be another uncomfortable watch for us, to be honest. But if we can do what we did against Man City, if we can keep them out and keep them shooting from distance and stuff like that, then I think we've got a chance. I think we've always got that opportunity going forward. I think we've got some. Harry Kane has been unplayable so far this season, and Son's on fire. So, you've always got a chance to see it. I'm hoping for a 2-1, but my heart is saying probably a 1-1 draw.
Well, that'll put us top of the Premier League, Lee. Anything avoiding defeat will put Tottenham back at the top of the Premier League. Is exactly what we're hoping for, and it's lovely to see Tottenham there. Lee, thank you very much. Enjoy the game, and come on, you Spurs.
Up the Spurs.
So we're now an hour before kick-off. The team lineup has just come out. Jose Mourinho has just announced that Joe Rodon will make his first Premier League start for Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. The team is as follows: Hugo Lloris back in goal as our captain, Serge Aurier, Joe Rodon, Eric Dyer and Sergio Reguilon at the back. And then in midfield, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, what a rock he has been for Tottenham so far this season, Moussa Sissoko, Tanguy Ndombele, and the attacking line of Steven Bergwijn, Harry Kane and Heung-min Son. That's Tottenham starting 11 today, and Tottenham have a very strong bench as well. Joe Hart, Davinson Sanchez, Ben Davies, Giovanni Lo Celso, Gareth Bale, Lucas Moura and Carlos Vinicius. Note that the likes of Dele Alli, Harry Winks and Matt Doherty don't even get into Tottenham's squad today. Half-time whistle has just gone. It is Chelsea 0, Tottenham Hotspur 0. A very tight match, but both teams have had chances. In the second minute, Ziyech had the first shot on goal in the game. It was from range, straight at Hugo Lloris. In the 9th minute, a counter-attack from Spurs. Harry Kane played in Steven Bergwijn, who shot over the bar. He should have done a lot better. He should have got that on target. In the 11th minute, Chelsea did have the ball in the net, but luckily for us Tottenham fans, it was disallowed. Mason Mount played in Timo Werner. A fantastic finish off the inside of the post, but VAR ruled it offside. In the 15th minute, Tottenham right-back Serge Aurier with a low shot to Mendy's right, and Mendy saved very well. A great chance for Tottenham. In the 28th minute, Mason Mount went past Pierre-Emile Højbjerg and Moussa Sissoko, shot outside the box, just over. Those are the main chances from the first half. I'm now going to speak to Spurs fan Dave to get his thoughts on the first 45 minutes. So, Dave, it's half-time. Chelsea 0, Tottenham 0. Both teams have had chances, but it is 0-0. What have you made of the first half?
A very cagey affair, I think. I was a bit concerned when that Werner one went in, because I didn't realise he was slightly offside at the time. VAR got away with that because Rodon went on walkabout. He went upfield, lost the ball, and it got switched to Werner, and he did a lovely little shimmy and put it inside the post. But thankfully, he was just marginally offside. But we've had our chances as well. Bergwijn had a shot that went over, and Harry's had a free kick, and I think it's just the final pass that's let us down, really. There aren't going to be many chances in this game, and I think the longer it goes on, the more it's going to get more nail biting and very tense, because the first goal is going to be crucial, because whoever gets it, the other team is going to go hell for leather to get this equaliser. So while it's still 0-0, yeah, I mean, we're probably more happy than them, but you know what it's like. If they get one, you know, we're going to need 2 or 1 just to keep parity. But I think we're doing all right. Rodens looks, you know, assured, I thought, and for a debut, and we're mopping up. We're doing our jobs. Aurier's had a snapshot. I thought he did well with that one. That could have gone in. I think we're doing all right, but there's very fine margins, as we know. Chelsea might fluff it. They might make a mistake in the second half. Let someone throw them up past to somebody you weren't there, and hopefully Sonny can run on, or Bergwijn. But I think we'll see Gareth Bale. I think Stephen Bergwijn will run himself out a bit, and you know, around the 70th minute, we might see Gareth. It'd be nice.
We're seeing some glimpses of genius from the central midfielder Tanguy Ndombele, Dave.
Oh, we are, yeah. I mean, he done a couple of them and he got pulled back, and I think he's really enjoying this one. I really do. I mean, we saw him there last year, didn't we? And we were really holding our hands at our head, weren't we? Because it was really a terrible display from him. But what a turnaround since you know, Absolutely. Since the new season. So we know he had it in him. It was just dragging it out of him, really. But it's going to be a nail biter, Chris. I think the second half, the old heart is going to be pounding.
Well, we've grinded results out this year. We've played very well this year. At the moment, at half-time, even though it's 0-0, Tottenham are still top of the Premier League. Let's hope it stays that way. Let's hope that we can grind this one out, Dave, and win 1-0. I'll take anything right now. Yeah,
well, your dad said 1-0, so let's hope he's right. I was thinking about 3-1, but I don't think there'd be 4 goals in this, not at the moment, but it'd be nice to think we would win 3-1. I just think, you know, if we can get that first goal, that might draw them out and we might get a couple more. You don't know. I mean, we've be really singing around there. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Well, Dave, enjoy the second half and let's hope that Tottenham get the 3 points. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs. Let's get a goal. Come on, Tottenham.
So the full-time whistle has just gone. Chelsea 0, Tottenham 0. Funny enough, in my match preview yesterday, I said this game had a draw written all over it, but I was just hoping that Tottenham would get the 3 points. But the good news is that Tottenham Hotspur Football Club are back on top of the Premier League. Fantastic. We are still unbeaten in the Premier League since the opening weekend, losing 1-0 at home to Everton. Tottenham have now played 10 in the Premier League. We have won 6, drawn 3 and lost 1. We have a goal difference of +12 and we have 21 points. In the second half, Chelsea had a number of attempts on goal. Tottenham didn't. In the 65th minute, substitute Giovanni Lo Celso came on. Tanguy Ndombele went off. In the 67th minute, a glorious chance for Ziyech, which was from a Chilwell cross. He shot inside the box and then blasted it over. A very lucky escape for Tottenham in the 67th minute. And then in the 81st minute, Mason Mount shot outside the area. A fantastic save by Hugo Lloris, down to his left, putting it out for a corner. And in the 89th minute, Ben Davies came on for Steven Bergwijn. In the 91st minute, Lucas Moura came on for Heung-min Son. It was a very quiet second half for Tottenham's attacking players, for the likes of Harry Kane, didn't really get involved in the second half whatsoever. In the 93rd minute, Joe Rodon, my God, his heart must have sunk because Joe Rodon, very, very lucky. He headed the ball back to Lloris. It didn't quite make it back to the French goalkeeper. And who was there? Olivier Giroud. Luckily for us, Olivier Giroud didn't connect very well with it and it went into the hands of Lloris. And then in the 94th minute, Lucas Moura, only on for a couple of minutes, Zuma gave the ball away to Lucas Moura. Giovanni Lo Celso had the ball from Lucas Moura, shot outside the box and shot wide. That was a glorious chance for Tottenham to win the game, get the 3 points in the dying seconds of the game. Thanks for watching today's video. Please do put all of your thoughts in the comments section below on what you made of today's game. Chelsea 0, Tottenham Hotspur 0. Of course, it is another very busy week for Spurs. Away in Austria on Thursday night against Austrian side Lask. And then next Sunday at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, Tottenham Hotspur v North London rivals Arsenal, where 2,000 fans will be back. I'm hoping that I will be back there. You never ever know. It's a ballot, so we don't know what fans are going in and what ones aren't. I'm hoping that the ballot that comes out on Tuesday says my name and I will be going to the North London derby, because we haven't been to games inside stadiums for 9 months. I've really, really missed it. Anyway, please do put all of your thoughts in the comment section below. I'll see you later for a Tottenham news video. Until then, come on you Spurs.